Is project management a good career for you? The Project Management Institute predicts that 30 million new project managers will be needed by 2035. Impressive. But it still doesn't answer the question you actually care about. In this video, I'll give you my honest answer about a career in project management. I'm Ivan, and I've been in project management for over 15 years. I've taught more than 300,000 students. I have been named Project Manager of the Year. And yes, I'm obviously invested in this profession, so I'll keep it honest. I'm going to break this down into 5 realities: job demand, money, lifestyle, who is it for, and where it takes you. And by the end, you will know if this is right for you. Let's start with the first reality. Is there actually demand for project managers? And I'm going to give you the data, but I'm also going to tell you what the data actually means, because there is a difference. PMI, that's the Project Management Institute, the biggest professional organization in this field, estimates there are about 40 million project professionals worldwide right now. And by 2035, organizations could need around 65 million. That's a gap of nearly 30 million people. Wait, 65 minus 40 doesn't equal 30. Here is the explanation. That 30 million factors in people retiring, moving to other senior positions, or other factors that move them away from the project management roles. So it's not just new positions, it includes replacement positions. But still, we are talking about a shortage of tens of millions of project managers over the next decade. Let that sink in. Now, quick reality check so we don't get fooled by big global numbers. PMI's report shows a huge chunk of that gap is concentrated in China, on the order of 10 to 14 million by itself. So if you're planning your career in China, look no further. But zoom in on the US, and the demand is still very real. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects about 78,000 openings every year. Wow! And LinkedIn ranks project manager number 4 among the most in-demand jobs. So the demand looks real. Even if PMI's forecast is off by a few million, and forecasts always are, the direction is quite clear. Organizations are running more change, more transformation, more projects, which means project managers will be needed. By the way, if you're finding this useful, click on the bell and subscribe to this project management channel. Alright, second reality, money. Can you actually earn well as a project manager? Short answer is yes. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS), the median salary for project management specialists in the US is around $95,000 to $100,000. But that's just the median. The numbers can go much higher. Depending on your industry, your certifications, your location, you can earn significantly more. And here's something interesting about the role. Project management is one of the shortest paths to management. What does that mean? You basically get a real management role and you're accumulating real management experience early. So yes, you can earn well. That part of the advice? True. Now, third reality, lifestyle. I once heard this career advice. If you want to earn a lot, but you don't want to work a lot, become a project manager. Well, that sounds amazing. What's not to like? Unfortunately, it isn't true. At least, not in the way people mean it. Can you have periods where you're not working crazy hours as a project manager? Yes, absolutely. In fact, there might be days, even weeks, where you have very little to do. You could be playing football in the office, going to long lunches, leaving at 3 p.m. But there's the catch. That's because of the nature of projects. The effort and utilization is not evenly distributed. A project starts low. It increases during planning, then it drops a bit when execution starts and people are actually doing the work. And then usually it explodes during the second half of execution when deliverables are expected and everything that could go wrong starts to go wrong. So yes, there are moments when you can spend a lot of time playing football in the office. But there are also moments when you're skipping dinner for a few days or a few weeks. Work in projects is unevenly distributed. Now, beyond the hours, let's talk about what it actually feels like. Almost no 2 days are the same. You're constantly learning. You go from one case to another. Maybe you're launching a new software system this quarter, and the next quarter you're merging two business units at a large company. You are a generalist, and that comes with pros and cons. Pros: variety, broad knowledge. You never get bored. Cons: you're rarely the deepest expert in the room. You're always learning new domains, and if you're someone who needs deep specialization to feel fulfilled, this might frustrate you. And here's the other thing. If you like well-organized environments where everything is clear and predictable, project management is not a good fit for you. Projects are chaos management. You're dealing with ambiguity, conflicting priorities, and being the person everyone looks to when things go sideways. Which brings us to reality number 4. Who is this actually for? Let me give you a framework, a real self-assessment. You will probably love project management if you get energized by variety. The idea of working in manufacturing one quarter and then on software development the next sounds exciting and not exhausting. When ambiguity doesn't paralyze you, you can make decisions with 70% of the information, not 100. You like seeing the big picture, understanding how different pieces fit together. You want broad business exposure fast. You are the generalist who would rather know 20% about 10 things than 100% about one thing. And this probably isn't for you if you need deep specialization to feel fulfilled. You want to be the expert, not the coordinator. Unpredictability and chaos drive you crazy when you don't want to be the one everyone looks at when things go wrong. When you prefer clear-cut answers, gray areas and it depends drive you crazy. So be honest with yourself on these, because this will determine whether you thrive or burn out. Fifth reality. Where does this career actually take you? Because this is where it gets interesting. The typical progression is the following. You start as a project manager, you become a senior project manager, then maybe run a PMO department. But here's what people don't tell you. Project management is a strategic launch pad. And to see how real this is, I'll give you an example from my own team. On one of our PMO calls, we had two updates. Update number 1. One of our colleagues was getting a new project. Cool, congratulations. Update number 2. Another colleague was leaving the team. Why? She had been selected as the general manager of one of our business units. Think about that. She went from managing projects to running an entire business. And this isn't rare, because as a project manager, you get exposure across the organization. You understand operations, strategy, finance, stakeholders. You see how the business actually works. So yes, you can stay in project management and build a great career. Senior project manager, program manager, PMO director, VP of project delivery. Or you can use it as an elevator towards general management, consulting, entrepreneurship, whatever you want. That's the power of being a generalist who knows how to get things done. Now, before I give you my final answer, let's talk about the drawbacks, because they are also real. First, project managers can feel homeless. You change projects every few months. New team, new stakeholders, new relationships. So you need to start over every time. Second, it's hard to accumulate deep expertise in the other fields. You're always broad, never going deep in one domain. Third, if you love planting roots in one company for years, project management might not be the best fit. Project managers tend to move between companies and contexts. So those are the real trade-offs. Now let's bring it all together. Alright, so should you become a project manager? Let's get back to that career advice. Earn well, but not work too much. Here's the truth. Can you earn well? Yes, the money is real. Will you not work too much? Unfortunately, no. It's not that you don't work. The work is unevenly distributed. Some weeks are light, some weeks are intense. That's the nature of projects. So if someone told you project management is easy, that's wrong. It's just different rhythm. Here's the bottom line. If you want financial stability, career mobility, real management experience, and work where no 2 days are the same, and you're comfortable with ambiguity, changing teams, and being in the hot seat, then yes, this is a great career. If you need predictability, deep specialization, a stable team, and clear authority structures, probably not. The demand is real, the money is good, but it's not easy, it's just a different kind of hard. If this helped you better understand project management as a profession, subscribe to our channel. There is a lot more useful knowledge coming out regularly. Thanks for watching.